You know what? They have Marjorie has her own spa, her own workout room, and her own spa. And she could go in there and get massages every day. People come to her house and work her out and all of that. I was like, oh God, what a dream.
All right, Steve, I'm going to just start by saying that my estranged husband is in jail. He's been in jail for over a year since about right after the 4th of July of 2022. And recently, some phone calls from last year between he and I were leaked. And on those calls, you hear me saying you were winded going up the stairs at your home. And Marjorie looks at us as the help. And right here and now, I want to apologize to you and Marjorie for what I said. As much as I wish I could, I can't take it back. I can't. I said it, and I want to apologize. It was definitely not me trying to add to what you and Marjorie already have going on in your lives right now. But the fact that these tapes were released, it does seem like everyone is coming for you, I should say, at this time, including me. But in reality, the tapes have nothing to do with what you and Marjorie have going on. It was just me running my mouth in a private conversation, or what I thought was a private conversation. And again, I apologize. I feel terrible. I make no excuses. I said what I said, and there's no denying it. There's no taking it back. Back then, when the phone calls happened, I was trying to stand by my man, be supportive wife. I've been married to this man for 8 years. I had no idea that all this was going on with him. I had no idea. And the charges that he's facing are horrific. They are really bad. I for sure did not want your name mentioned in any kind of way associated with my mess. So I had to call you. I had to tell you it was a hard call for me to make. But I called you. And I want to clear something up, Steve. You did not introduce me to him. I met him through a friend. I should say an ex-friend now. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. I had to tell you he was in jail. It was going to come out. I didn't want you to hear it from anyone else. I wanted you to hear it from me, because I knew once the police and everyone, got involved, and they were already involved, and they found out who his wife was and who she worked with and all of that, and that's you, Steve Harvey, it would become, a real big story, because it's your name. And like I told you, Steve, when I called you, I didn't want to call you. I mean, I was embarrassed. I was hurt. I felt so stupid, and, I felt betrayed, humiliated. It was just terrible. I mean, I kept saying to myself, how is this my life? Police and jail and all of this. It was just something that I didn't, I'd never experienced anything like this. The police came, they took my car. I was at the salon getting my hair done. They rolled up, took my car. I had to have my stylist take me home. I had to move in with friends. I lost my house. I lost everything. Oh, and I have to tell you this too. Like on the day, July 4th, we were having dinner with friends, and we were going to watch the fireworks after that. And so the fireworks didn't happen that night because it was like a terrible, terrible storm. So the fireworks got canceled. And when I look back, I see now that was kind of a metaphor for what was about to happen in my life. The thunderstorms were coming. They were coming. The next day was the last time I saw him. He was arrested the very, very next day. I didn't even know he was arrested. I couldn't get in touch with him. I got a call from the jail, and, I didn't answer it because I'm like, who would be calling me from jail? I looked at my phone like, jail? Where'd this call? It just didn't compute. So I just ignored it. But he got word to me through one of his friends. They texted me that he was at Fulton County Jail. So the next time he called, I picked up, and that was him that had called earlier from jail. And he told me what happened. I thought he would be getting out in a couple of days because that's what he told me. But of course, here we are a year later. Those days turned into weeks, the weeks turned into months, and like I said, I don't. This is just on and on. Every day is just something, and my life has just been a nightmare ever since, and it's still going on, Steve. I mean, I had no idea that those tapes would be released to the world. I knew that they were being recorded, but I didn't know that they were going to go out to the world. I mean, I was just trying to make conversation with him, trying to just get him to think about something other than where he was. I was telling him about my day, this particular day, and that was the day we were talking about, on the phone when I said those things about you and the things that you heard and the world heard. And cut to today, I haven't spoken to him in quite some time. Divorce proceedings are underway. And Steve, at this point, all I could say is what I have is my faith. If it wasn't for God, I probably would have, lost my mind or something in this instance. People don't see what happens when these mics go off. Who wants their personal stuff, their private conversations to go out to public? No one wants that. I mean, what could I say to you after this, happened? I was devastated. I mean, absolutely devastated. I mean, I thought of everything, I could lose my job. How could I face you? Everything, what I'm going through is what I'm going through, and I've been going through it for over a year. I just haven't spoken about it. Then on top of all that, these tapes come out and I'm talking about you and Marjorie, and you guys are going through your own private hell right now. You didn't need me to contribute to anything, and I thought back, because I knew I had.
Yo, what's up, guys? What's up, guys? Now, Shirley Strawberry and Steve Harvey are actually continuing with the drama. So, in the latest gasp we are having in this moment in time, we are seeing Shirley Strawberry actually coming out to apologize to Steve Harvey. So getting caught gossiping war at your coworkers is really very awkward. And Shirley Strawberry actually is getting all the tea, getting all the criticism because it wasn't really so good when her audios actually leaked when she was in on the phone call, actually gasping with the husband, that is Ernesto, when he was still in prison. Actually, Ernesto is still in prison, like you've heard from Shirley Strawberry. She said Ernesto Williams was actually imprisoned a couple of months ago. That was in 2022, and up to now he's been in prison. We've been covering most of these things. We all know that Ernesto was involved in scam and was involved in some kind of violence, so that's why he was in prison. So Shirley Strawberry has come out publicly to discuss and actually try and solve these issues with Steve Harvey. She was caught in the audio recordings, like I gave them to you at the beginning of this video. Even I made a video early on, you can check it out, about Sherry and the way she was sharing that gasp, actually talking about Marjorie and Steve Harvey. So in this moment in time, she has come out to apologize to Steve Harvey, saying that she cannot take back these words. She cannot cancel these audio recordings. She was really very much aware that they were recording these audios, but she didn't expect them to go viral. She didn't expect them to be leaked out. So she has come out to apologize. And ideally, personally, I didn't think there was so much, that she maybe messed up the whole situation. Maybe she talked ill words, she talked some bad words to Marjorie and Steve Harvey, although she touched on the issue of Steve Harvey actually fearing Marjorie and is afraid of Marjorie, which we can all attest to. But she has come out ready to apologize, and she did like any mature person, any responsible person, what she would have done. She came out, apologized, and cleared the air. So let us assume Steve Harvey and Marjorie actually were okay with her apologies. Personally, I do think there must be still something going on between Marjorie, because we all know Marjorie is not someone who is very simple. Let us see how this whole thing pans out. I know Steve Harvey is really okay with the apologies, but there must be something between Marjorie and Shirley Strawberry. Let us wait and see how things unfold.